there's going to be a new Enterprise in Picard season 3. And I got to say, when I first read this, I thought, oh, well, that's just like fans really want to see a new Enterprise. But if this is going to be the latest we see, realistically, I mean, not ignoring Discovery, the latest we see in a long time, Starfleet and Picard and the whole in the universe that we love so much in Star Trek. And if this is the last season of Picard, it would make a whole lot of sense to give the fans another the final Enterprise, right? For now, right? So here's what I'm thinking. This is from Trek Central, and it says, "Is there a new Enterprise on the horizon?" Well, at first I would have said no, just fan service. But I think that from what we've seen the last couple seasons of Picard, and this being the last season of Picard, makes complete sense for there to be an Enterprise. And here's some of the information we got. This is what it says. The USS Stargazer has been our new focus for season 2 of Star Trek Picard. The new ship was designed by Dave Blass, looks nice, as well as Trek veterans Doug Drexler and John Eves. However, while the ship has been featured in behind-the-scene pictures, it might not be the focus for Star Trek season 3, Picard season 3. And here's where he says that. In a tweet from Terry Metallus, Eric Johnson says, "Should we take this to indicate that the Stargazer is a part of season 3? And Terry Metallus says, "That is not the Stargazer."
I love how they call him the Star Trek's resident leaker teaser, Terry Metallus, because he does tend to give away some things.
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, Terry Metallus is the showrunner of season 2 and 3, but mainly season 3 because he was co-showrunner on season 3, and Akiva Goldsman did the majority of the work.
Season 2, yeah.
I'm sorry, season 2. But in season 3, he is the sole showrunner for season 3, and we believe that we're going to see a very strong final season because Terry Metallus, and we I believe in Terry Metallus because everything else he's done prior to Star Trek and inside the Star Trek universe and Voyager, whatever, was very good. He understands story. He understands how to keep you interested. He understands how to, first off, he understands how to start and finish a series, which is very important. But yeah, he's going to be a showrunner for season 3. So he says, that is not the Stargazer. Well, surprisingly, the Stargazer bridge is being used again for another starship, it would seem. However, what ship is that going to be?
Could it be the Enterprise F?
It must be. Additionally, this is not the first or last time Star Trek reuses bridges for new Star Trek starships and such. So it's not a surprise, but does suggest we are getting a new starship of sorts in the upcoming 3rd season of Star Trek Picard. Now, I'm going to stop the article here because it has to be the Enterprise F.
I mean, it just makes sense, right? Like
Right.
We're going to go out with a bang.
Right.
It should be that way. Who's the captain?
Right. So even if you're a bad writer, let's say you're a horrible writer and you have no idea how to write a season of Star Trek.
Okay.
You know what the Enterprise is, and you know the ultimate Easter egg and the ultimate talking point for a Star Trek fan would be the Enterprise F.
It'd be fantastic.
Right. And the fact that Terry Metallus went out of his way to say that is not the Stargazer really makes me believe that it must be the Enterprise F, which led me to sort of go back and look through other versions of the Enterprise. And remember that episode of Star Trek Enterprise where they like go into the future and they're seeing like the different, he's on the bridge of like an Enterprise in like a 500 years from now or something, right?
You're talking about the finale?
No. When during like the temporal Cold War, I forgot the guy's name, but the guy who looks like a giant baby in a Starfleet uniform.
Yeah.
He takes them to a version of the Enterprise that's way in the future, and there's like Xindi that apparently Xindi are serving aboard the ship. They're part of Starfleet. Blah blah blah. Well, that ship was very sleek and very, I hate to say it, very Discovery looking. It looked like a Star Trek Discovery ship.
Okay.
In hindsight, I think I know where they got their ideas for design from before when it came to Star Trek Discovery going 1,000 years in the future. I think they got it from Enterprise.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
But this is not going to be that far in the future. This is going to be an era of starships that we have really never seen as far as the Enterprise class starship in. And I like some of this cool like Odyssey class, and some of this like concept art is really cool. But I hope that they don't make, when they do this, because I'm convinced they're going to, I hope they don't make it look like the Voyager style. I don't want it to look like that sort of like arrowhead shape. And a lot of the concept art I've seen has this style, this sort of Voyager. I forgot the name of what the name of the type ship it was, but like that. They abandoned the idea of that like almost oblong hull that the Enterprise in TNG is so known for, and they go with that like sort of sleek, almost arrowhead shape. And I would like to see what's that? Go ahead.
It needs to look like the Enterprise, no matter what happens.
Right. Yeah, it's got to look like the Enterprise. It's not like the Voyager, not like
some new ship, not like some new other thing that we've never seen before.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to get to, but apparently my brain doesn't like to connect dots. Shane, you're completely right. It needs to look like the Enterprise, not like Stargazer 2.0, not like Voyager 3.0. It needs to look like the Enterprise. And please do me a favor, Terry Metallus, if you ever hear this, go to the people that designed the Enterprise for Strange New Worlds and get them to update your TNG Enterprise.
Yep.
Whoever those people are.
Yep.
Whoever they are, please find them and have them create that Enterprise, because they understand the concept of updating and remastering the visual appeal that we see when we see the Enterprise at that time period.
I totally agree. And I got to tell you, just to jump in here really quick, I want there to be an Enterprise F in this Picard season 3. And I think the fan service will be like, yes, we want the Enterprise. We see in the trailer, Picard going through his drawer and pulling out the red, the red Starfleet uniform, which, makes you think, oh my God, he's going to be the captain on the bridge again. And so you kind of have that feeling, but there is something that we need to put out here that's been kind of communicated. It's that we are likely to see the cast of TNG throughout season 3, but not all at the same time throughout the season. So there is, I don't want to rain on anybody's parade here, anybody's hope, but just kind of, get it in the back of your mind that if we do see the Enterprise, it may be different, and we may not see it if in fact over the 10 episodes we're not going to have all of the crew at all the same time, which is what's been discussed. Andrew,
that honestly, that we have to get a parting shot with them all together.
I think they're going to. I mean, Patrick Stewart did say like the ending was phenomenal for season 3. It was emotional, but it was not fan service entirely. So that's very curious to me as to what's going to happen. But even Metallus, everybody's saying the conclusion is appropriate and good for TNG, the fans, and everybody. And I do trust Terry now that he's got the reins by himself. He didn't start the shit show that is Picard in season 1 with Michael Chabon. He's got to take what happened. They're the ones that convinced him, and Goldsman convinced Patrick Stewart to actually allow the TNG crew to come back in more than a cameo role situation. He didn't want to do that, that's something that we're going to talk about soon. So it's very interesting that, it's Metallus driving this. It's the changes that are coming in Trek. And so hopefully we will get that good ending that we want.
Yeah. And that's, you guys, stay tuned, because on Saturday we should be dropping a video about some insight we got from Patrick Stewart he didn't really want the TNG crew, and it was, I'm not going to say pushed on him, but it was definitely, he had to be convinced. So the thing about Terry Metallus is that we do trust him, but we haven't actually seen him really operate at his full ability yet, because he has been a co-showrunner and not a full showrunner. That said, though, I do believe that if they, like I said before, if they don't finish this season with a shot of them all on the bar or whatever, I'm going to be pissed, because the last 2 seasons, we got a shot of Picard with all of his new friends. So we better see Picard with his old crew at the end of the season.
On a positive note, a lot of those new friends aren't coming back because of those old friends. So they couldn't carry them all, and that's why a lot of them are leaving. So they had 3-season deals. This was supposed to be a 3-season show from the beginning, and all the characters we got in season 1 were supposed to roll through all 3 seasons. But as you can see, they're falling off like dead flies or something.
Right. Like Terry Metallus, like, oh yeah, hey, listen, we're bringing this guy back, so you're gone. We're bringing this.
Yeah,
guy,
we don't need you anymore. Thank you.
You're out. Okay, yeah. So Voyager was an Intrepid class. Thank you. I completely forgot what that was. And the time travel giant baby boy was Daniels. And I'm only saying,
why did you call him a baby? He doesn't look like a baby.
He has a baby face. I like Daniels. I'm just saying that, like, the actor that played him looked so young in that role.
Well, he was supposed to, because remember, he was Archer's like cabin boy. I don't want to call him cabin. He was like his steward and or steward.
Whatever it is, he always reminded me of, like, if a giant baby wore a Starfleet uniform.
Right.
I still like the show. I'm just saying that's what it looked like. Yeah. So Intrepid class. Yeah, I saw the concept art for the Enterprise F from STO Question of Trek, and it's okay. It just doesn't feel like someone put a lot of effort into it, clearly, and that's fine. But I gotta be honest, you need to get the same people that built the Strange New World Enterprise. That's it. If you don't get those same people, you're making a mistake.
Yeah, I love this comment here about making Worf the captain of the Enterprise.
Absolutely. And
then spinning off a Worf series.
Yes.
Could you imagine exploring like the Klingon world in 2402 to 2410?
Yeah.
And what's going on there, and kind of everything that Worf's been through. Worf's a very complicated character.
Right.
With a deep story that could be totally interesting to go after. And what we do know so far is that while they've only committed to the 5 current shows we have on Star Trek, once Discovery reaches its end game, which probably is in the next season or 2, and Picard's going to roll out at season 3, they're going to have to replace that with other Star Trek, because Paramount Plus ain't going to let it go. So unless they can lock down Michelle Yeoh, who was just in movies, this new movie's like Whatever, Whenever.
Oh, she did so good in that movie.
She was great in that movie, right? Michelle Yeoh, her stock's going up,
Yeah.
And she may not be available to do your Star Trek show.
Let me rephrase that. She will not be available.
They got to have to get her quick.
Yeah, real
she's
quick.
Great.
They got to lock her in real quick. Yeah. This movie is doing gangbusters. She's making so much money for that little studio. It's crazy.
Her star is on the rise, and she's going to outclass Star Trek, unfortunately, here real soon.
Yeah, I'd like to say, when we first started reviewing Star Trek Discovery back in the day, one of the very first things I said was I really love Michelle Yeoh. So
yeah, she was one of the things we loved. Well, one of the only things we love about Discovery, especially even going into season 3, right? She was literally in season 3 the only thing I liked about
right. Yeah.
Discovery, and then they got rid of her too. So
okay, so we're gonna move on. Before we do not forget to hit that subscribe button on the way to the comment section to let us know what you guys think about a brand new Enterprise F for Picard season 3.